There you go. So you see this, and then there's this in Hebrew next to it. And so this is the map of what they call the Greater Israel. Here, I'll just play this very quick. This will explain what this is.
That was seen on the uniform of an Israeli soldier. Look closely. What do you see? You see Palestine, Saudi Arabia, Syria, Iraq, Lebanon, Egypt, and a small part of Turkey. And next to it is written, the Promised Land. What does this mean? Are Israel only fighting a defensive war? Or do they have a hidden agenda to continue to expand their land by taking over the countries around them?
So this is why Israel is in perpetual war and why they allowed October 7th to happen. In fact, they funded it, made sure it happened, and told their army military to stand down so it could happen, so they could use that as a pretext, just like we use 9/11 as a pretext to go in and do all those other wars for Israel, Iraq and Libya and Syria, all that stuff. And so what this is the Greater Israel Project, right? So that's why they're in Lebanon. That's why they're talking about going into Turkey, which is, he says, a NATO member. Now you realize Trump wants to pull us out of NATO. Maybe that's one of the reasons why, because Israel doesn't want us to have to abide by Article 5, which says that we have to defend anybody in NATO who's attacked. So this is so more people are becoming aware of what this actually is. This is the Greater Israel Project. Israel is and the United States are the world's terrorists. So by far, it's not Iran, it's not ISIS or Al Qaeda, which we just installed the chief head chopper of Al Qaeda as the head of Syria, and he's welcomed at the White House and on Downing Street, right? So even though we still have Guantanamo, it's this guy. So that's what people are, and people are now waking up to this thing called the Greater Israel Project, which I didn't know about until October 7th, and now I know everything about it, and I didn't know about the Nakba, I didn't know anything. But like most people now I do because of this, and it's horribly backfired. And so, uh, do you think that we can stop this Greater Israel? I mean, they're a country of what, 9 million, even less Jews. I mean, they're such a tiny country with such a small population. They can't do any of this without the United States military and money. Take it wherever you want, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as we pull the plug on Israel, then they're in serious trouble.
I'm going to try to say this the best way possible without getting the video removed. They're trying to put both together as one. That's the same thing I said, bro. What the fuck? What the fuck?